on, YouTubers? It's your boy, the Dirty Harry, back for another video. Normally, I speak on wrestling topics, but today I want to talk about a sport that's near and dear to my heart and will forever be near and dear to my heart. I want to talk about the NBA season that just kicked off and my expectations for my Chicago Bulls. Yeah, rocking the Kobe jersey, but it's out of respect for Kobe more than anything. I'm a huge Kobe fan, but the Bulls will always be my team through and through. So to start with Chicago Bulls, this season is going to be one thing, and that's survival for us. When we lost Rose during the Eastern playoffs last season, I was like, what the fuck? Again, Rose, man? Damn. D Rose, that's my favorite player from the same neighborhood I'm from, and god damn it, we really need him. But the Bulls are a strong team with or without Rose. We showed that. I'm not saying we're gonna win a fucking championship without him. I mean, come on, man. But we can still win games without him. I'm not too worried about the front court. You got Noah, Boozer, Dane, fucking Rip Hamilton, and probably Kirk Heinrich's gonna start at point because he's the most experienced guard that we have that can play the point and good defensively. So Tom Tibbs loves defense. So Heinrich's probably gonna get the start until Rose comes back. Um, the main big thing is our bench this season. They broke up the old bench mob when we dropped Brewer, Kyle Korver, and C.J. Watson. C.J. Watson went to Brooklyn, which is gonna be fucking ridiculous. He's back in Darren Williams. That shit's gonna be ridiculous. I mean, they all moved on to different teams. I mean, now we got Nate Robinson, we got Marco Bellinelli. I think that's how you say his name. And who else? We got one more dude. I think I said Nate Robinson. We got Vladimir Radmanovic to try to replace Omer Asik, but we all know that's not. You can't replace Asik with Vladimir Radmanovic. I mean, come on, man. It's gonna be getting the bench mob back together. We still got Taj Gibson, who is a fucking amazing player. You know, we better keep that motherfucker. Man, I'm not a Boozer hater. People say he can score more, and he could, but the style of offense they ran in Utah better fit his style. He's a role player now. He steps back. He lets Rose do his thing, but he still gets double doubles whenever he plays most of the time. So I don't think Boozer's the problem. I think his contract's the fucking problem. They got this man signed for what, $15 million? I mean, it's just trying to keep the Bulls healthy and trying to survive. Lil Dane's wrist is still banged up and he's not gonna have surgery. And Noah's still banged up too, so he's gonna miss probably some of the preseason, which I don't really care about because it's the preseason. I don't care about the starters in the preseason. We all know they can get it done. I just want to see how Marco Bellinelli really does. He's the bench player I'm the most curious about. Just because I love as a Bulls fan, we all love how Steve Kerr used to come down the court and just pop him, and then we had Cal Korver, who during the season would do that, but during the playoffs, that man would just fucking disappear. You know, Marco Belli's supposed to be able to shoot just as good as or better than Korver, but supposed to be a lot cheaper on our salary cap. So, and he can shoot off the dribble. He can do a lot of things that Korver couldn't do. I just hope he's a better defender than Korver was, because Korver was a mediocre perimeter defender. My expectations for Marco Belli is shoot that three ball and guard the perimeter. Just be a role player. Um, Fucking Nate Robinson. Everybody's saying he's gonna probably make the biggest splash on the team. He's moved around a lot. From team to team. You know, I mean, I never really watched Nate Robinson play, so I can't judge that. But a lot of my boys who have said, yeah, man, he gonna be good, man, he gonna be good. So we'll see. Jimmy Butler apparently doing really good. I've been reading up on him. Say he's been doing really good during the off season. So I just hope we fucking pull it together, man. I want us to survive until Rose comes back. I don't want us to just survive. If we fucking lose every game to Miami this season, I'm gonna cry. Do not want to fucking lose to Miami, the most overrated fucking all-star team that has to flop their way to a fucking championship. And if you don't believe me, they got videos on YouTube. They just highlight every flop they did. It's fucking ridiculous, man. They had to flop their way past Chicago in the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals. They flopped their way past Boston every time they play them, and now they flopped their way to a fucking championship. I find it funny that after LeBron finally gets a ring, all of a sudden the NBA goes, "Oh yeah, we want to put an anti-flopping rule out. LeBron got his ring now, so yeah, no more flopping. It's the last guy to get it like that." I mean, kudos to them for finally putting that shit down. Flopping is a fucking bullshit. It's funny sometimes because you watch the shit and they fucking act like they just got shot when no one barely touched them, but still, man, it ruined the game. When it's a big time game like playoff games, man, that flopping shit is bullshit, man. I'm glad they finally did something about it. God damn, that's all I really got. It's just survival right now for the Chicago Bulls. We got to make it until Rose comes back, because Rose is our identity, like it or not. He gives our team a identity. He's what Dwayne Wade is to the Heat. He's what Danny Granger is to the Pacers. I'm not too worried about taking the division title. The only team that could even stop us right now are just nah, fuck Cleveland. Cleveland Cavaliers can dream about being as good as they used to be. I mean, Kyrie Irving's good and all, but can't do it on his own, man. He's in the same boat that John Wall is in right now. I mean, the Pacers and maybe Milwaukee, if they can keep their team together, because Monta Ellis and Brandon Jennings are gonna be fucking ridiculous. You know, they can play together well. Because they both drive the lane. They both have the same style of play. It's just Monta Ellis, he's more fearless when he drives the lane. Whereas Brandon Jennings, he's a jump shooter at the same time. He works on his game all the time, and I'm a big fan of his. The only major threat to the Chicago Bulls taking the division is the Pacers. You know, Pacers are fucking ridiculously good. God, Pacers are good. We're probably not gonna get the number one seed this year. That's not even a probably. We're not gonna get the number one seed this season. There's no fucking way. We've had it 2 fucking years in a row, but I don't see it happening this season. I see us making the playoffs, but I don't see us getting the number one seed at all. Maybe you know fifth or below. We will make the playoffs though. We won't be number one seed. By then, Rose will be back, and hopefully he'll be playing the same way and better than he did before he went out for injury. Rip Hamilton, please step your game up. Don't get injured. He's a great player, but all of our players on the Bulls are good players. We get injured too much. And that's it. Looking forward to watching the Bulls play the Hawks tomorrow, because I'm a big fucking Lou Williams fan. Real big fan of his, and now he's playing for Atlanta, which sucked because I liked him better when he played for Philly. I'm a Philly. I love players on Philly. Evan Turner, another Chicago boy, who I'd like to see get more minutes. Fucking Iguodala, but he's with Denver now, and now Bynum's with them. So Philly's gonna be another sleeper team that a lot of people are gonna sleep on this season. But I'm still not worried about them as a Chicago fan. We got to see how Bynum really does. If Bynum can put that presence down in the paint, it's gonna be real tough for half the Central Division to do anything against them. But ain't nobody worried about Philly. Ain't nobody worried about Philly at all. Yeah. Indiana's the only threat to Chicago taking the Central Division title. Miami, I don't see them winning it again this year. I really don't. So many teams are so fucking stacked right now. It's ridiculous. You got the Lakers who just got their asses kicked pretty badly by Golden State, but Dwight Howard didn't even play in that game. You put Dwight Howard in there and let them gel together. Just watch what happens. It's 82 games in the season. Laker fans don't jump the gun. Actually, Laker fans don't do that shit. Laker fans are some of the cockiest motherfuckers I have ever sat down and talked ball with. But they always like, yeah, man, we got this shit, man. And I'm like, damn, man, calm the fuck down, man. You still ain't gonna beat Chicago, LA. You ain't gonna beat us. You're not gonna beat us. You know. But I don't see OKC doing it this year. LA's too fucking stacked, in my opinion. It's either gonna be the Lakers. Don't forget about the Spurs. They still get it in, or OKC. But LA right now is my number one team to be going to the finals this year from the West, as long as they stay healthy. Just because Steve Nash is there. I mean, enough said. You got Kobe Nash, Dwight, Meta World Peace, one of the best defenders in the league, and on top of that, you got Gasol. That's the front court, and that's ridiculous. Miami. Fuck Miami. I don't even want to talk about Miami and their fucking bandwagon fans. Fucking bandwagon fans. You ask them name some players on the team and they can only name Wade, LeBron, and Bosh. They can't name nobody. They can't even. They don't even remember Hardaway or Mourning. They don't even. Fuck Miami, man. I hate Miami so much. I love their players, but the overall team and the bandwagon fans, I hate them because, in a way, and it's ironic that I say this because it's a bit hypocritical because Miami has become what Chicago used to be. We had bandwagon fans just like Miami had. You'd ask the old Bulls fans back in the '90s, "Oh, I mean, who you like on team?" Oh, I like Michael. I like Pippen. I like Rodman. And that's it. They can't name Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc. They can't name nobody except the big limelight players that are selling jerseys, and that is a fucking shame. They probably didn't even know who the fuck Phil Jackson was. You ask fucking half these Heat fans who's the coach of the Heat, and they don't even know who the fuck it is. You can't even say Eric Spoelstra, you know. And he's on the news just as much as LeBron is if you watch Sports Center. So that's fucking sad, man. It's frustrating in a way because they have to cheat every time they play Chicago. Watch the games. Fuck you Heat fans who are gonna flame me for this. Fuck you. Because if you're a real Heat fan, you know what I mean. Y'all dealing with the bandwagon fans who don't know shit what they talking about. Man, fuck the Heat. But yeah. And fuck you too, Shane Battier, for all that flopping you did up in the damn finals. Alright. NBA season gonna be good. Chicago's gonna make the playoffs. We're just not gonna be the number one seed. Number one seed will either be New York or Miami.